What's going on, everybody? It's Great Scott's back here with the next episode. I think this is episode 6 of the 1861 Union Campaign in Grand Tacticians, The Civil War, 1861 to 1865. Out in early release, if I haven't said it already. That is a lot. That's pretty much half the video. But no, we are picking up where we left off. That seems to make sense. Remember, at the end of the last episode, we had finally, I think probably the best battle I've had in any campaign, the Department of the West and Western Army, and we beat them. And so now to try to make something of that, we're going to build a fort down here right on Little Rock. I don't think I'm going to pursue the Western Army. I don't really know what I'm going to do. To be perfectly honest, I haven't figured it out. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this Department of the West. I guess, I don't know. There aren't that many targets to pursue, but I got to figure out what I'm going to do with them. Over here, I feel like I'm shaping up for a disaster, but you know, that's the way it is. We have the Department of Pennsylvania, so now I can finally see the difference between Cable's army and Trabu's Corps, or Trabu's, I have no idea. 3,500, not that great. 3,500, not that great. Combined 7,000 against Patterson's, says 18,000, which sounds right. This should be a fort. Yeah, it is. Department of Ohio, I think, is going over to deal with the Army of the Potomac by moving through them. I don't remember what was going on. Ugh, those icons. I don't know what McDowell is doing. If I just sat him on top of Richmond. Certainly one of the things I was thinking of doing, but don't think I got around to, was to put a fort around Richmond. So if the CSA loses and they just fall back to Richmond, they don't get to fall back and take it when they stop falling back. So I got to find a place. We have Morgan over here for, you know, defending some of the approaches to Petersburg. Right now they're saying I can't really build a fort anywhere. I don't know if it's because of the proximity to the CSA army, or if it's because they're on a train. McDowell's army is on a train, and therefore is unable to build. That would make a lot of sense, actually. So that's, let's see, Department of Ohio, McDowell, that's the 4 armies, right? Because we only have 4 mobile armies. The fleet, now the home squadron was ordered, yeah, to go block up the James. Atlantic blockading squadron, I guess I sent them on a similar route. I don't know, if I can get one of them into a port, maybe I'll try to build up a fleet and just look for bugs there. This is impressive how likely the British are to intervene, 56% already, even though the tail of the tape says we're evenly matched. Let me think about those casualties. Maybe? I don't know if those seem right. National morale, I'm surprised mine is so low. National support, I'm surprised theirs is high. The morale of their armies at 102, even though they're 2 and 15 in battle, that is incredibly resolute force. And I'm sure that the men fielded here just is not correct. I thought that the 2 armies that whatever it was, Cable's army and the Corps that are down here, Trabu's Corps, I thought that's where all the forces were, but between them they have about 7,000, unless my intelligence is woefully wrong. It probably is, because that would explain it. Alright. But the Army of the Potomac, that is 4,000. Shenandoah has 22, so at most that's 65 to 7. That's 13.5. Army of the Northwest is basically gone at this point with only 315. And the only other 2 forces I can think of, they're not going to show me. 78 right there. And the Missouri State Guard, which had a couple thousand. I mean, it seems like less than 30,000. Unless they're counting everybody, and they probably are, who are in these naval forces that are doing not much. I believe, yeah, the Florida State Militia, yeah, they only have 1,000, so I use them a bit differently. There's the South Carolina Militia, which, no, there isn't. Or it's moved and I can't find it. It doesn't matter. But it must be all the naval forces. But even then, that would have to be about 45,000 men in those naval forces, and they ain't got 45,000 men in those naval forces. So it might be half that 75,000, and it might be half on my side as well. When we get 18,000 there, that would bring it up to 28,000, 42,000. And the army out west. Yeah. Although with our forts and navy, I don't know what's going on. It's craziness. Now that McDowell's off his train, we'll see if they can smack down a fort anywhere around Richmond to make it difficult for CSA armies to retreat to. And it still does not look like it. An alternative approach may be to build over here. They're not going to let me do that. So maybe Richmond is just going to have to be undefended. That looks like the only play here. So Richmond's going to be what it is. And we'll stick with our mobile forces to clear out the rest. Alright, I don't like these guys being down here. Might make them take back Petersburg. I don't want that. Policy side. We're doing breadbasket 3. We're doing industrialization. Oh, we're not doing industrialization 3. I'm guessing it's that glitch where I gotta pick a policy in order to enable, or to click an act in order to enable a policy. But actually, no, it's not true, because they're going to give me government funding as a policy. Is this done? Oh, so industrialization 3 is just done. Okay, and breadbasket 3 is, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's been a while since I've been looking at this. I'm kind of happy with those policies. Military 2, maybe, I don't know, maybe with that one it'd be worth the policy. They say my finances are in the doldrums. Yeah, I guess that is true. We might actually need to... We've already printed some notes. Revenue Act. We might have to. So I'm going to go for government funding 2. Try to do something about that deficit. It's not going to go away. But to make it less pronounced. Although the interest rate has improved. I think it was a little under 10%, now it's down in the low 9s. So progress is a slow process, but I'll take it. I don't know if we're going to get an engagement here. With the Army of the Potomac, they're 4,000 men and 2 guns against McClellan's almost 11,046 guns. It's looking like no, but they're not withdrawing either. Can we change to defensive and see if that'll... It looks like agriculture 3. I clicked that off pretty fast. Huh. Clicking to defensive didn't really matter. So we'll stay offensive. McDowell's on the move. It's 2 of my armies, and I gotta see about... Alright, we're on the train, so we're moving. Good sign. We got our fort up here. Maybe I will pursue and just try to knock them out. Again, the goal here is to get their national morale down to 25. Given how the war's gone, I'm impressed it's as high as it is. Okay, so we have some sort of siege going on somewhere. I would fight this battle. I don't know that they will. But we'll get loaded and we'll see what kind of map we're dealing with. And if this looks like a go, I'll get it set up and then we'll resume the video when we're all set and ready to go. I don't think I've heard this song yet. I'm certain I have not. See, they didn't let us fight it. All right, we're victorious, so they say. We'll see. Gotta reconcile the federal major victory with no change in the other side's morale. I'm not sure how that's possible. Well, we're operating deep in enemy territory, so we'll give them bushwhackers. And yeah, we'll have them go whack the bushes. Okay. I wonder why Cable's army is moving through me rather than back to Charlotte. I'm not sure what that's about. You can see we're putting some industry into Richmond. Actually, that reminds me, we have research techs, but I haven't always upped the subsidies for them. So we'll do that. I mean, I'm so in debt that the little bit extra from the subsidies don't really matter to me. Pendergast at destination. I think I want to build a fort here. This seems like a juncture I want to hold. If these guys are going to go back and take Richmond, I'm going to go back and try to knock them out with McDowell. I mean, we have... Oh, Hampton's division's actually up there. I don't know if I caught that before. But yeah, I would definitely... I mean, I don't want to lose Richmond, but I would definitely be game to take on Hampton's division. Army of Northeastern Virginia got about 50% more troops. Alright. Department of Pennsylvania's here. Try to build a speed bump here in case they try to... No, I can't see with those... Oh, I guess I can see through the clouds. Okay, we can build a fort there. So it'll be a speed bump against any significant CSA force that's going to come back. How are we doing over here? Western Army's going to hang out. Yeah, I should probably build one at well, I should probably just build them in the cities. Probably build one... Was this Carrollton? Yeah. That seems fine. Yes, I do want to fight that. I think their army is still big enough to be a little game. They're saying they have 16,000 men? Okay. I mean, mean, that'll definitely keep it interesting. Let's see what we learn in here. Okay, this makes more sense. I don't know if they're counting the Missouri Guard as part of the force that's going to come in, or if the intelligence just got it wrong. So we are this must be P Ridge, right? P Ridge, big mountain. Okay, this is self-explanatory. I mean, it's a lot of forest. We can see where the CSA is. We have quite a few guns, if I recall correctly. Since I assume we're going to be engaged soon, might as well stay in line formation. I still gotta find out a way, or see if the devs are going to come a way to move the arty to both flanks. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pause things here, get it all set up, and then we'll resume when it's time to go. Alright, so we are back. It actually did not take all that long to contact the enemy, or to make contact with them. We broke out our skirmishers. I think these guys are going to the wrong place. Hookers, Cav. Not sure exactly what to do with them, but I'll stick them over there. But I got them detached. These were already red, but the CSA column was coming down, what is this, Ford Road it says. And so I'd already sent a couple of skirmishing groups that way. I'm going to continue pressing those skirmishing groups. We're going to have, looks like 3 to our left, 1 to our right. And we're just going to do that to try to slow things down. Oops, I don't know whatever happened to these guys. I guess we need more support over there. But we're going to try to have our army, I think I'm going to have the artillery placed here. It's not a good place for them, actually. They should be in that field in front. But, yeah, we're going to send our skirmishers to lay them. The infantry is going to come up on the right. And I want to try to draw them out into that field, or draw them out to attack across this field. Maybe we'll get the artillery set up here. That would be good. Or I'd be good with that. Webb, I don't think sending you up in the actual field is a good idea at all. So we'll put you kind of behind that fence and just hope that everybody gets there when they need to. I don't know if they're gonna quite make it in time. See, this is McCullough's brigade. It's relatively small. I do not want to put my skirmishers near their artillery. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, but in my recollection of playing, I think it was that Chancellorsville map just scarred me, running skirmishers anywhere near Artie, because mine just constantly got walloped. But yeah, I'd rather just have them shoot against infantry. I mean, these infantry are kind of boxed in on 3 sides. They're detached from their support. Their support is coming, so we are drawing them in the right direction. I don't know why those skirmishers are running. See, the advanced speed is good if you're not trying to micromanage, but you know, when you're the consummate micromanager, you're trying to micromanage. I guess I'll bring the cav up here. That's Hooker's cav again, until I figure out what to do with him. Webb is exactly where I want him. I think that's a good enough position. Oh no, don't fall back. They are falling back though. I mean, those 4 skirmisher units, that was about 1,200 skirmishers against McCullough's, whatever it was, 750 or so to begin. Yeah, if they withdraw, it's a problem for us. Or if they withdraw back. You know, when you bring up HQ, it brings you back your normal north, south, east, west destinations. They don't have a lot of arty, if I remember. Yeah, they got 5, we got 42. So they should want to fight me in the woods. I think what I can do to try to alleviate some of that is to get skirmishers around them. To get them in contact and pull them up, but they may just back off. They may not. I really don't want to do that. Hooker's guys are there. We'll dismount them. Hopefully that's them dismounted. Pull them back into the woods and then have them lay down because they're still within. Oh, it's that old battery I shelled the bejesus out of in the previous map. The infantry's, I guess, kind of in their own position. We'll see. Alright, so the action's picking up a little bit. What I did was brought the skirmishers and the cav from my left onto the group that was on the road. It's forced most of them off the road. They're taking their 7-gun battery in the woods. They routed Averil's detachment. I'm trying to have Averil recall his skirmishers to see if we can put them back in the parent unit and keep them from breaking. That's about it. Oh, that's not about it. They brought in reinforcements, and so the aggregate before was about 8,000 versus 15,000. The casualties have gone up, but they also got reinforcements. I haven't spotted them, but it looks like they might have gotten another battery in there as well. I think they only had 7 guns before, so it's coming from one of 2 directions, and I hopefully will be able to defeat this force. Hopefully they haven't joined up, and that we can get this force on the ropes, maybe get them routing, and then push them off before reinforcements arrive. It's always easier to fight your opponents if they're spread out rather than concentrated. Actually, I don't want to do that. The purpose of sending the cavalry forward was not to win an engagement, but rather to delay the advance of the rest of this force. So I want Webb shooting at that. I want Mackenzie's battery shooting at that. And I want my infantry shooting at that. Pretty much everyone. Just shooting at the battery. And this, I think, sizable brigade? No, not really. It's definitely one of the smaller ones. Just fine. These guys are in good shape. They're eager, but they took 42 casualties. They took 37 casualties, but they're eager. Maybe I will move Hooker up, just because. Lion skirmishers haven't engaged it either. And this force, because it decided to get so far out in front of everyone else. Now they're going to eat canister, which is not good, but the goal here is going to be to put fire on them so that they don't eat too much canister. Okay, come on, get fire on that, get fire on that. It's going to take a while for Hooker to move, it looks like. Anything important happen here? We're in contact. Open Field High Ground is the name of a place? Huh. I think it's a good description. Maybe they're descriptive people, you know? Okay, we got that battery. Looks like in the crossfire from several groups, but they're not taking very heavy casualties yet. Looks like the infantry that was escorting them has been, well, it has moved off for now. Okay, Hooker's guys are engaged. Maybe we should move these skirmishers to the flanks. It's probably a much smarter play than what I'm doing. But 2,400 cavalry is still pretty numerous. Marmaduke's brigade, I don't know why they're just marching straight into that carbine fire. I mean, maybe they're hoping to get them in melee, and that's where their advantage is, because that is definitely an advantage. But they have a lot of troops. You're going to lose more being in melee, so I'm not sure why that would be the call. We really got to dust those guys out. Actually, I think I'm going to start sending infantry up to support the attack up there. Which maybe, I don't know. At this point, it's probably worse to disengage while they're in what looks to be like melee. Let's see how the casualty figures look. Well, they doubled for them, and they went up for me. But given that we have relatively even, we had even-sized forces, yeah, 9-2 is good for us. That's a signal that things are working. Alright, Judah, your skirmishers have got to move up. Line, maybe because they're shooting. That's why. Yeah, Hooker's nervous. And it's starting to look like rightfully so. Don't want them there. Alright, so we've pretty much smoked everyone else, and we just need to now move up. And Hooker broke. You know, fight and Joe nothing. Says me. Maybe the Artie can get a little... That's really not the best target for the Artie, though. I don't know, it kind of feels like I'm starting to do this more on emotion than on maybe sound tactics, and so maybe it's time to just withdraw from this engagement. I mean, with Hooker's guys gone, I'll try to rally them. Looks like they could be rallied, but what are you doing? See if we can't move some of these guys back. I guess they're all just gonna keep kind of doing their thing. I'm not sure what's up. They want to move up, it looks like, but aren't. Maybe we'll shell that group, because I don't want them hanging out uninterrupted if my troops are just going to march past them. How are things? Okay. Well, it went from 9-2 to 12-3, so a slight relative closing of the gap for them, but not a huge one. I don't know what it takes to rally them. You know, if I don't see the rest of their army on my heels, and I don't think they come in from any of my flanks or rear. And it looks like the sun is setting. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. So we'll see what happens when the day ends here, but so far so good. Though Hooker breaking like that is just They still had sabers and pistols, and so you would think, I would think, in melee, they're pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get Hooker back, and I don't know what kind of retreat that is, but I like it because they're not running off the field. This is, yeah, entirely my fault. Um, that is not a line segment in any universe. It's not a good one, sorry. It is one. Okay, these guys have moved just out of range. Start sliding some folks over there. How bad are these guys? Well, the AI controls them, so they're probably not that badly beaten up. I mean, Hooker took what? 7.5% casualties, something like that, and he broke. So it's a little bit harder as the human, I guess. Actually, that would be good. Now we're only partially as bunched up as we were. And I don't know if I can send a force over there. Okay, now we're getting the audio back from the in-game. It is kind of cool how the Horizon does that. I think it's pretty cool. So it looks like, oh wait, how much? So Walker broke. So this is the Arkansas State Troop. They did not break. Okay, we don't need them over there. Well, I don't really need them doing that, but I'm too lazy to give them new orders. I just want them to go up and fire. And these guys, I really just want them to pull back. I don't know why it's... I mean, their detachments, they're usually pretty flexible. Shout out to Eustace's detachments. I mean, they're taking, what, 25% casualties, and they're still eager. So good for them. Glad some people got the fighting spirit still. Lions skirmishers, I thought were doing okay. I'm not sure where they've gone. I don't know what that is. I'll keep trying to rally them. And I think one of the other things I can do to help is just to, well, it's going to be nighttime soon. So I'm going to move up the arty at night. Let them get their last few shots. Can you shoot at somebody that you're supposed to be shooting at? Oh, those are the skirmishers. That's why they do that weird angled thing. The Missouri Brigade. Yeah, we'll put them over there. They have pretty good range. So that'll be fine. They got them. They got them. That's probably a bit much. But it's fine. They're going to be alright. We may turn... Nah, they got no shots there. Yeah. Maybe they ought to go over there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, you shoot that target now. Okay, they broke. Why? Why is Quinby over there? I don't know. We'll move those guys up. See if we can sneak Judah's detachment now to the flank. We'll have 2nd Brigade, I guess, go over to there. Lion can go over to there. Hooker's guys are still in a all sorts of problems. I don't know if does the Department of the West, does Harney have to do something to rally his men? I don't know. Put them over there. But I'd like to get these guys out of it. They've taken a beating. I want to get my line into a line. That'd be 7 p.m. I want these guys to keep firing. What? Will you? Will you keep firing? It says you're engaged, but not firing. I don't know why that would be. Okay. Your army was resupplied. Alright. Trying to... Is this what I gotta click? Deploy our forces. Yep. Alright, so... Nighttime has come and gone, and we got our forces back in order. Big news is that Hooker rallied, and so I brought him up. Oops, I missed these skirmishers, but brought him up, got my skirmishers disengaged finally, so we now have, I believe, 2 regular so I guess it's 3 detachments and a brigade on the left side of the road, and Hooker's cavalry is further back but also on the left. And on the right we have several brigades and maybe a detachment of infantry. And then we have the arty. They're not in canister range, but they are very close. I'm not sure. It's because I didn't turn them on fire at will. Now I'm pretty sure why they're not doing anything. Why they're not firing at will? It says that they're idle. I can see that they are, but they shouldn't be. Overall, how are things looking? So we're at 589 total casualties. They're at 2,800. That's... there's got to be a lot who are just missing. Because... What were those kill numbers? Jeez. I'm not sure when all that happened, but that's almost 5 to 1 killed, 6 to 1 wounded, and about 5 to 2. Well, obviously it's 5 to 2 missing. So those are some big differences. If they are still going to kind of engage, I guess I'll give it to them, and I'll let them engage. But I'm going to bring my skirmishers around and maybe bring my infantry up. I'm not really going to risk losing Hooker for a second time. I'm not sure what this is about, though. We're on fire at will, but we are not willing to fire? What happens if I just click bombardment? Will they bombard? Well, it looks like they're getting the order now. These guys have been on fire at will, so I don't see any order going to them. So I don't know. I'll see how these guys do. So they're moving to bombard. If I like it, I'll put Mackenzie on it too. they're trying to bombard. I don't see any smoke or hear anything happening though. Huh. Am I paused? I'm not paused. 2 times speed. these guys surrendered or something? I don't know why. I don't know what is going on here. They're in range, but they're not shooting. You know, I'm wondering if it's now occurring to me that there was a reported glitch. I guess it was called, I don't know if it was the second day battle or the second battle. I thought it was just some glitch that people were having in the second battle of a campaign, but maybe the second day battle is what they're talking about, where none of the units are responsive. Yeah, that would really stink. I mean, it's already a major victory. Maybe the way to cover this is to... Wait, you're really not going to give me an... You're going to give me the option to retreat, or I can surrender. Are you kidding me? There's no option to offer them a ceasefire. Wouldn't be in here. Are you kidding me? Welp. No, we're not going to surrender. And I don't really want to retreat. I think I'm going to take the coward's way out and just quit and see where that leaves me. But I'm not going to make this episode go on any longer. It's gone on quite a while. Hopefully the battle itself was somewhat entertaining to watch. I thought that was an okay battle, as these battles go in campaign mode. So we've had a lot of action out west. I don't know what things are going to look like if it lets me exit out, or if it's going to crash the campaign. But I don't feel like after earning a major victory that I shouldn't have the option to offer a ceasefire and get out of there with the win. So we'll see. Whatever happens, we will be back with another episode of Grand Tacticians Civil War. It'll either be in this campaign or another one. Till then, stay well.